Hey, welcome to Rhythm and Flow with Shawn Jackson. This week we are going to be needing at least possibly 2 blocks if you have that available. If not, it is okay, but we will kind of just work through that. So today we will go ahead and get started on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasanan, resting on our backs. Option to bring the soles of our feet together. Option if you have your blocks here, resting your hips onto your blocks. And then just making contact with your body in some way, shape, or form. So either bringing one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly, or whatever may feel comfortable to you in this moment. And then starting to feel the gentle inhalations and exhalations as your hands rise and fall through your breath. Noticing whether the breath is short and choppy or long and lengthy. Neither which is better at this moment in time. It's just becoming aware of what your body is telling you. If your breath is short and choppy, it means you're in more of a fight or flight response. While if it's long and lengthy, it means you're in more of a rest and digest. Just becoming in tune with what your body's telling you at this moment in time. Feeling those gentle inhalations and exhalations. And then slowly removing any props that may be in your way. And bringing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice squeeze here. Maybe rocking the hips side to side. Maybe rolling along the length of your spine. And then slowly rocking yourself up to a tabletop. And then meeting me in tabletop, checking in with your foundation. Your shoulders are over your elbows are over your wrist. Then maybe you want to rock the hips out, rocking side to side. Then slowly starting to find stillness in your tabletop. We'll begin by taking a few cat-cow inhalations. So starting by gazing into our navel and rounding out the spine, pressing the mat away, taking a deep breath in, and then slowly as you exhale, imagining a line from your navel all the way up to the top of the ceiling, and then just tracing that line as you slowly drop the belly, lifting the heart, the shoulders, and your gaze up towards the ceiling, and then slowly inhaling, tracing your line all the way back into your navel. Taking that cat-cow inhalation about 2 to 3 more times on your own breath. And then slowly meeting me in a tabletop with a neutral spine when you're ready. We'll start by extending our right leg out behind us, coming onto the ball of our right foot, and then pressing back into the heel, activating our calf, activating our hamstring, really firing those muscles up. And then taking a deep breath in, slowly starting to raise the foot off of the mat. And then bringing the weight into our right palm. We're going to check in with our belly button with our left hand. So starting by bringing our belly button and really pressing it into the spine. And then using this motion to really check in with our back leg here, really making sure that we're level in our hips, pressing the sole of our foot into the wall behind us, and keeping our big toes pointed down, taking a deep breath in, and then slowly starting to extend our left arm out in front of us, keeping our thumb pointed up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, and then slowly as you exhale, we're going to bring our knee to meet our elbow, really rounding out through the spine, almost as if we were in our cat pose. And then slowly exhaling, extending all the way back out. Deep breath in, elbow to the knee for 4, extending all the way back out. And as you inhale, bringing your knee to your elbow for 3, exhaling, extending out. Inhale, knee to elbow for 2, exhale, extending out. Inhale, your knee to your elbow. Exhale, extending out. Inhale, knee to your elbow. Exhale, extending, last one. Go ahead and release. Pressing yourself back into a tabletop. Excuse me, pressing yourself back into a child's pose. And then really reaching the arms forward. Extending the chest, extending the arms out towards the front of the mat, reaching your chest down towards your mat. Maybe resting your forehead down if that's comfortable to you. Deep breath in, and then slowly coming back up to a tabletop. Then we'll start to extend that left leg out behind us, coming onto the ball of our left foot. And really pressing back into our heel, activating that calf, activating our hamstring. And slowly starting to raise that left foot off of the mat, keeping the sole of our foot pressing firmly into the wall behind us, and our big toes are pointed down. And start to bring the weight into our left hand, tenting onto our right fingertips, and then checking in with our navel, really pressing the belly button into the spine, and then using this opportunity to make sure that the leg is lifted, nice and parallel with the hips here. Deep breath in, and then slowly extending our right arm out in front of us, keeping our thumb pointed up towards the ceiling. Deep breath here, and then slowly as you exhale, your left knee is going to meet your right elbow, really rounding the spine out for 5. Exhale, extending out. Inhale, rounding for 4. Exhale, extending. Inhale, rounding for 3. Exhale, extending. Inhale, rounding. Exhale, extending. Inhale, rounding. Last set. Exhale, extending. Go ahead and release. Pressing yourself back into your child's pose. Making this a nice active stretch, really reaching the hands towards the top of the mat. And then dropping the chest down towards your mat, maybe resting your forehead if that's available to you. Deep breath in, and then slowly pressing yourself all the way back up to your first downward dog of the day. Pedaling out the feet, And bringing your big toes to touch. And then slowly walking a tightrope all the way up to the top of your mat and meeting me in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. And then with a soft gaze, your eyes closed, let's go ahead and set our mantra, our intention for today's practice. What brought you to your mat today? Did you just needed to be reminded that you are here, that you are strong, that you are present, that you just need to be a part of a community, just to clear your mind and find some headspace? Whatever it is, keeping that with you throughout our practice. Yoga gives us so many tools to help guide us throughout our lives. One being our breath, our other, our mantra, and last, our drishti, or our focus. So keeping those intentions with you throughout your practice. Deep breath in. Then slowly, as you exhale, pressing the energy out in front of you. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling to chair. And then sitting deep into your chair. And then slowly, as you inhale, your chest is going to rise higher. As you exhale, your hips are going to sit a little deeper. Inhale, chest rises. Exhale, sitting deeper. Inhale, rising. Exhale, sitting. Inhale, rising. Exhale, sitting. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sit. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sit. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Shifting forward, lowering halfway. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Right leg rises in the air. Bringing your knee to your nose and then stepping your right foot forward next to your thumb. Your back foot is going to pivot down to about a 90-degree angle, and then we're going to slowly rise up, bringing our hands to our hips. And then here we're going to check in with our foundation. We want to make sure our hips are aligned with the front of the mat. So if we need to change the alignment on our back foot, maybe to about a 45-degree angle from a 90-degree angle, we do so. If we need to open or close our lead foot, then we do so, but we want to be able to see our big toes and keep a nice 90-degree angle in our lead leg. So once we feel comfortable in our alignment, then we start to invite our arms into the party, raising them up. Deep breath in, sitting deep into your lunge. Holding this breath for about 2 more. Last breath. And slowly exhale. Your hands are going to frame your foot. Your right foot is going to step back to meet your left. Shifting forward and then lowering down halfway, taking your chaturanga vinyasa. So inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Left leg rises. Bringing your knee to your nose and then stepping your left foot forward next to your thumb. Back heel pivots down to your 90-degree angle, slowly rising up, bringing your hands to your hips. Checking in with your alignment here, adjusting that back foot if you need to, and then sliding your lead foot if you need to, finding your alignment, whatever feels right in your body. And then once you feel good, slowly starting to invite the arms into the party, sitting deep into our lunge, nice 90-degree angle between our hamstring and our shin for our left leg, for our lead leg. Deep breath in. And then slowly, as you exhale, hands frame your foot. Left foot steps back to meet your right. Taking your chaturanga vinyasa, lowering halfway. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big toes touch. And then go ahead and walk your tightrope all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair. And sitting deep into your chair. Taking a deep breath in. And then slowly, as you exhale, your right leg is going to step back into a lunge. Inhaling back to chair. Exhale, left leg steps back to lunge. Inhaling back to chair. Exhale, your right leg steps back for 4. Inhaling to chair. Exhale, left leg steps back. Inhaling to chair. Exhale, right leg steps back for 3. Inhaling to chair. Exhale, left leg steps back. Inhaling to chair. Exhale, right leg. Inhale to chair. Exhale, left leg. Inhaling to chair. Last set. Exhale, right leg steps back. Inhaling to chair. Exhale, left leg steps back. Inhaling to chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Shifting forward and taking your chaturanga vinyasa, lowering halfway. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Right leg rises. Bringing your knee to your nose. And then stepping your foot forward next to your thumb. Back heel slides down to your angle, rising up to your warrior 1. Sitting deep into your lunge here. And then if you'd like a little bit of a challenge, maybe trying to clasp the hands behind your back. Really opening up the chest and the heart. Deep breath in. And then slowly, as you exhale, your palms are going to frame your foot. Right foot is going to step back to meet your left. Sliding forward, taking your chaturanga vinyasa. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Left leg rises. Bringing your knee to your nose. And then stepping your left foot forward next to your thumb. Back heel slides down to your angle, rising up to your warrior 1. And then remember, we're sitting deep in our lunge here. If you'd like a little bit of a challenge, maybe trying to clasp the hands behind your back, really opening up the heart, the throat, and the shoulders towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, and then slowly as you exhale, your hands are going to frame your foot. Left foot is going to step back to meet your right, shifting forward, lowering down, taking your chaturanga vinyasa, and meeting me in downward facing dog. Big toes touch. And then go ahead and walk that tightrope all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain pose. All right, good job, guys. Go ahead and wipe the sweat, get a sip of water, take a little 30-second break here. All right. And then mountain pose at the top of your mat when you are ready. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your right leg steps back, bringing your knee down and tucking your toes. And as you inhale, your palms are going to come to your left thigh. And then really sitting deep into this lunge here. Activating your belly button, really pressing your belly button into your spine, activating the glutes. Taking a deep breath in, and then slowly as you exhale, if you'd like, grabbing your blocks here, and then slowly starting to press the weight back, setting yourself up for a nice half split. So using our blocks here, we're going to frame our hips, raising our chest all the way up towards the ceiling, nice and high, taking a deep breath in, and then slowly starting to bring our chest down to a comfortable level to meet our knees. And then we'll start to feel it. We should be feeling a nice line of energy down our calf, through our hamstring here. And then slowly starting to put the bend into your left foot, removing your props, bringing your hands to meet your left foot, and then your left foot is going to step back to meet your right. Taking your chaturanga vinyasa, lowering halfway. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Right leg rises. Bring your knee to your nose and then stepping your right foot forward next to your thumb. And then your left knee is going to come down as you tuck your toes. Inhaling, rising up to a low crescent lunge. So again, we're starting to press the weight forward, bringing our belly button into our spine, activating our glutes here. Taking a deep breath in, we're going to bring our palms together, pulling out our yogi guns, and then slowly as we exhale, starting to gaze towards the back of the room. And as we inhale, coming back to center, then we're going to sweep our palms towards our right side body, inhaling back up to our low crescent. Exhale, sweeping towards our left side body. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to your right. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to the left. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to your right. Last set. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to the left. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, your hands frame your foot. Then you're going to come onto the ball of your left foot here, and your left foot is going to step forward to meet your right in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your left leg steps back, bringing your knee down and tucking your toes. Then as you inhale, bringing your palms to your right thigh. And then really engaging that belly button, bringing your belly button into your spine. Taking a deep breath in. And then slowly, as you exhale, grabbing your blocks and then setting yourself up for your half split. So we're kind of sliding our back leg back here, giving ourselves some room to come onto the heel of our right foot. And then either using your blocks or just using your fingertips here. So this time I'll go ahead and use it out my props. So I'm just on the heel of my right foot. My chest is raised high towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. And then slowly as I exhale, I'm going to start to reach my hands down towards the mat and then just coming onto my fingertips here or wherever your block is and just starting to feel that stretch. You should be feeling a nice line of energy down your left or down your right calf through your hamstring here. And then just remember, if you want to dive the chest a little deeper, just keeping it raised high. Taking a deep breath in and then reaching that chest towards your knee. Deep breath. Slowly as you exhale, rising back up, putting the bend in your right knee. Hands are going to frame your foot. And then that right foot is going to step back to meet your left in a plank. Shifting forward, taking your chaturanga vinyasa. Meeting me in downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Left leg rises. Bringing your knee to your nose and then stepping your left foot forward next to your thumb. Your right knee is going to come down as you tuck your toes. And then inhaling, rising up to a low crescent lunge. Checking in with our belly button, really making sure we're pressing it into the spine, really making sure that we're activating the glutes here. Deep breath in, palms together, pulling out our yogi gun. And then slowly as we exhale, gazing towards the back of the mat. Slowly coming back to center. And as you exhale, sweeping the palms over towards your left side body. Inhale, rising back up. Exhale, sweeping towards the right. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping towards the left. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to your right. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to your left. Last set. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to the right. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, your hands frame your foot. Coming onto the ball of your right foot. And then your right foot is going to step forward to meet your left in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your right leg steps back. And then staying on the ball of your right foot this time. Slowly rising up, bringing your palms to your left thigh. And then starting to press the weight forward, really sitting deep into our lunge. Deep breath in. And then slowly, as you exhale, we're going to pivot our back heel down to about a 45-degree angle, straightening through our left leg, raising our chest towards the ceiling here, and then slowly starting to set ourselves up for our pyramid pose. So just reaching the palms, the fingertips down towards the mat, or if you'd like to use your blocks here, using your block. Slowly starting to put the bend back into your knee. Hands are going to frame your foot. Left foot is going to step back to meet your right. Coming into plank and then taking your chaturanga vinyasa. Meeting me in downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Right leg rises. Bringing your knee to your nose and then stepping your right foot forward next to your thumb. Staying onto the ball of your left foot, rising up to high crescent lunge, and then really sitting deep into this lunge. Activating your belly button, really bringing that into your spine, activating our glutes here. Deep breath in, bringing our palms together, and then slowly gazing towards the back of the room. Deep breath in, and then slowly coming back to center, sweeping towards your right side body, inhaling back up to your high crescent. Exhale, sweeping towards your left. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to the right. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to your left. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to your right. Last set. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to your left. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, your hands frame your foot. Left foot is going to step forward to meet your right in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your left leg steps back, and then staying on the ball of your left foot, slowly rising up, bringing your palms to your right thigh, sitting deep into your lunge here. Taking a deep breath in. And then slowly pivoting your back heel to about a 45-degree angle, straightening through your right leg. Your chest is rising high towards the ceiling, taking a deep breath. And then you slowly start to bring your chest towards your knee, and then reaching your fingertips down towards the mat or for your blocks here, and bringing your chest down to your knee for your pyramid pose. And then slowly going ahead and removing your props, or just putting that bend back into your knee. Your right leg is going to step back to meet your left. Shifting forward, taking your chaturanga vinyasa and meeting me in downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Left leg rises. Bringing your knee to your nose and then stepping your left foot forward next to your thumb. And then slowly rising up, staying on the ball of our right foot here to our high crescent lunge rather. Deep breath in. And then slowly bringing our palms together, pulling out our yogi guns. Then starting to gaze towards the back of the room. Coming back to center. And then sweeping towards our left side body. Inhale, rising back up. Exhale, sweeping towards the right. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to our left. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to the right. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to your left for the last set. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sweeping to the left, or to the right rather, excuse me. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, your hands frame your foot. And then your right foot is going to step forward to meet your left in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain pose. All right, good job, guys. Go ahead and wipe the sweat, get a sip of water. Take a quick 30-second break here. and mountain pose at the top of your mat when you are ready. So this next series, we will go through the first two together, and then I'll let you guys just kind of have some fun, just flowing through it, building some heat. So we'll do a few sun A's, and then we'll just have some fun flowing. Mountain pose at the top of your mat. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the back of your mat. Shifting forward and then lowering halfway. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Zip tying the thighs. Our gaze is forward. And at the bottom of our exhale, hop, step, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain pose. All right, so that is our sun A. I'll go through it one more time with you guys, and then I'll let you just flow, having some fun, and we'll come back together. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the back of your mat. Taking your chaturanga vinyasa and meeting me in downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Zip tying our thighs together. Our gaze is forward, and at the bottom of our exhale, hop, step, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain pose. All right, guys, so go ahead and take that sun A about 2 to 3 more times on your own breath. Make sure to take some child's poses when you need, and then we will reconvene in about 2 minutes or so. Taking 1 or 2 more sun A's on your own breath, and then meeting me in child's pose or any active rest of your choosing. Right. Good job, guys. Go ahead and take a break. Come into child's pose. Get a sip of water. Wipe the sweat. We built some heat, some tapas, So we will take that into the next portion of our class, just having some fun, flowing, and just enjoying ourselves. All right. Mountain pose at the top of your mat when you are ready. Right. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the back of your mat. Taking your chaturanga vinyasa and meeting me in downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Right leg rises. And then bringing your heel to your glute, giving it a nice squeeze. And then peeling your hip open. Slowly flipping yourself over to wild thing, flip dog. Deep breath in. And then slowly coming back to your three-legged dog. Keeping our right leg extended. We're going to slowly start to sweep it over towards our right hand. But keeping it extended as long as possible before we put the bend in and stepping ourselves into our lizard lunge. And then from our lizard lunge, option to slowly come down to the elbows, resting onto your block here, whatever feels comfortable for you. But we're here for about 3 breaths. Two more breaths. Last breath. And then slowly coming back up to your palms. Your hands are going to frame your foot. Rising up to your high crescent lunge. Deep breath in. And then slowly as you exhale, bringing our knee to meet our nose, sweeping our hands back. And then slowly rising back up. As you exhale, your back heel is going to pivot down to about a 90-degree angle. We're going to slowly open ourselves up to our warrior 2. And then flipping our front palm, reversing our warrior. Taking a deep breath in, slowly starting to straighten through our right leg, reaching our right hand up towards the ceiling, pulling our left hip back towards the back of the mat, and then slowly tick-tocking the hands down to the inside of our right shin, setting ourselves up for our triangle pose. Option to rest your hand on your hip. Option to place the hand on the small of your back here, or slowly raising it up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, and then slowly as you exhale, starting to put the bend back into your knee, and then rising back up to your warrior 2. Deep breath in, and then slowly bringing your palms together, setting yourself up for a warrior 3 at the top of your mat, slowly starting to walk the left foot forward, just kind of tiptoeing it forward, finding your balancing point here. And then slowly, once you find your balancing point, starting to rise. And then slowly starting to sweep that left foot forward, and then sitting it deep into chair. Bring our hands to heart center. And then slowly starting to twist open towards your right side, but we're not hooking our left elbow towards our right, or towards the outside of our right knee just yet. We're just slowly starting to twist, activating those abdominals, our obliques. And then slowly starting to hook that elbow, the left elbow to the outside of our right knee. And then maybe trying to press the thumbs into our heart center, right into our sternum, the middle of our chest. Deep breath in, and then slowly as you exhale, maybe trying to reach that left hand down towards the mat if that's available. Maybe trying to reach that right hand up towards the ceiling for a little twist here. And then slowly bringing the hands back to heart center. Rising back up to your chair. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the back of your mat. Shifting forward and taking your chaturanga vinyasa, meeting me in downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Left leg rises. Bringing your heel to your glute, giving it a nice squeeze, and then slowly peeling open your hip towards your right side body, flipping over to your flip dog, wild thing. And then slowly coming back to your three-legged dog. And keeping our left leg extended, we're going to slowly sweep it forward to meet our left hand, and keeping that extension as long as possible, and then slowly starting to put the bend into our left knee, meeting ourselves into a nice lizard lunge here. And then option to rest down onto the elbows here. Option to rest that right knee on the mat if you'd like a little bit of a break, or to keep it extended if you'd like more of a challenge. But we're here for about 3 breaths. About 2 more breaths. Last breath. And coming back onto your palms. Your hands are going to frame your left foot. And then slowly rising up to your high crescent lunge. Deep breath in. And then slowly as you exhale, bringing your knee to your nose, sweeping your hands back to the back of the mat. And then slowly rising back up to your high crescent. Your back heel is going to pivot down, opening yourself up to your warrior 2. Gazing over your left middle finger, sitting deep into that lunge. Flipping our front palm and reversing our warrior. Left hand is reaching up towards the ceiling. Right hand is reaching down for your shin or ankle. And then slowly starting to extend that left leg. Straightening it up. Raising our left hand up towards the ceiling and pulling our hips towards the back of the mat as we slowly start to tick-tock the left hand down to the inside of our left thigh. And then option to keep your hand on your hip, option to place your hand onto the small of your back here, or slowly raising it up towards the ceiling for your triangle pose. Deep breath in, and slowly as you exhale, starting to put the bend back into your left knee, coming back to your warrior 2, bringing your palms together, coming onto the ball of your right foot, and then slowly tiptoeing it forward to find your balancing point for your warrior 3. Then once you find that balancing point, taking flight in your warrior three. Deep breath in. Then slowly as you exhale, sweeping your right foot forward into a chair, hands to heart center. Deep breath in. And then slowly as you exhale, starting to twist open towards your left side body. And we're not hooking this right elbow to the outside of our left knee just yet. We're starting to activate those abdominals, those obliques, really feeling this stretch in our core. Deep breath in. And then slowly as you exhale, starting to hook that right elbow to the outside of your left knee or thigh. And then maybe trying to bring your thumbs into your sternum, into your heart center. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, maybe trying to place that right hand onto your mat, raising your left hand up towards the ceiling. And then bringing your hands back to heart center, rising back up to your chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, release. All right, guys, so that's our set. We'll go through it one more time on each side, picking it up a little bit and having a little bit of fun, and then we'll start to cool ourselves down. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the back of your mat. Taking your chaturanga vinyasa. And then meeting me in downward facing dog. Right leg rises. And then putting a bend into that right foot, bringing it to your glute. Slowly peeling it open and flipping to your wild thing. Coming back to your three-legged dog. Keeping that right leg extended, we're sweeping it forward towards our right hand. And then slowly putting the bend in at that very last second. Coming into our lizard lunge. And then option to rest down onto the elbows here. If you'd like a little bit deeper of a stretch, we're here for about 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Last breath here. And slowly coming back up to your palms. Your hands are going to frame your foot. And then we're going to slowly start to rise up to our high crescent lunge. Remember, we're sitting deep into this lunge. Deep breath in. And then slowly, as you exhale, sweeping the arms forward and back, bringing our knee to our nose. And then slowly rising back up to your high crescent. Back heel is going to pivot down to your 90-degree angle, opening yourself up to your warrior two. Gazing over your front, your right middle finger. Flipping your front palm and reversing your warrior. Right hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Left hand is sliding down for your shin or ankle. Starting to straighten through our right leg. Peeling our left hip back. And then slowly starting to tick-tock that right hand down to the inside of our right thigh. Left arm raises up for our triangle. Deep breath in. And then slowly putting the bend back into our knee. Raising back up to our warrior two. Bringing our palms together. And then coming onto the ball of our left foot. Tiptoeing ourselves forward. Setting ourselves up for our warrior three once we find that balancing point. Deep breath in. And then slowly starting to bring that left foot forward towards your right, meeting your right. Setting yourself into chair, bringing your hands to heart center. Deep breath. And then slowly starting to twist open towards your right side body. And then finally starting to bring that left elbow to the outside of our right knee. Deep breath in. And if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, reaching that right hand down towards the mat. Left hand raises up towards the ceiling. And then slowly bringing our hands back to heart center. Raising back up to our chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain. Last side, guys. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the back of your mat. Shifting forward and then lowering down, taking your chaturanga vinyasa and meeting me in downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Left leg rises. Bringing your heel to your glute, giving it a good squeeze, and then slowly peeling open your hip towards your right side body. Opening up to your wild thing, flip dog. Slowly coming back to your three-legged dog. And then sweeping that left leg forward to meet your left hand. Taking that bend at the very last moment. Stepping yourself into lizard lunge. And then again, option to stay on the palms here or resting on your elbows. We're here for 3 breaths. Two more breaths. And last breath here. Hands frame your foot. And then slowly rising up to your high crescent lunge, sitting deep into that lunge. Breath in. And as you exhale, arms sweep forward and back, bringing your knee to your nose. And then rising back up to your high crescent. Back heel pivots down to a 90-degree angle, opening yourself up to your warrior 2, gazing over your left middle finger, sitting deep into your lunge here, flipping your front palm and reversing your warrior. And then starting to straighten through our left leg, peeling our right hip back towards the back of the mat, and then slowly tick-tocking that left hand down to the inside of our left shin, raising our right hand up towards the ceiling for our triangle. Putting a bend back into our left knee, raising back up to our warrior 2. Palms come together, and coming onto the ball of our right foot, finding our balancing point, and then slowly taking flight with our warrior 3. Deep breath in. Right foot sweeps forward into your chair pose. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. And then slowly starting to twist open towards your left side body. And then finally hooking that right elbow towards the outside of your left thigh or knee. Hands to heart center. Option to gaze up towards the top of the ceiling if that's available. And then maybe resting the right hand down onto the mat. Raising the left hand up towards the ceiling for a nice twisted chair. Deep breath in. And then slowly bring your hands back to heart center. Coming back to your chair. Releasing. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, mountain pose. All right, good job, guys. Go ahead and wipe the sweat. Get a sip of water. For this next portion of class, if you have your blocks, this would be handy for you. If not, we can still work around it. So we are going to be sequencing this month, basically working on how to press ourselves up into a seat, or press ourselves up from our seat, and then eventually working ourselves into a seated pose. So to start with this, we are just going to have our blocks. It's going to come to a seated pose, having our blocks next to our hips here, raising our chest up towards the ceiling, and then resting our palms onto our blocks or onto the mat, whatever is comfortable and available to us. And then taking a deep breath in. If you have your blocks, placing your hands onto your blocks, and then slowly starting to press yourself up away from your mat. And then really engaging the arms. We're really twisting the arms forward, shining the eyes of the elbow towards the front of our room, towards the top of our mat. Lifting our chest high and proud towards the ceiling. And then we're flexing through our heels. And then go ahead and release. So we'll take that stretch about 2 more times here. This time I'll demonstrate it without the blocks for those of you who are doing it without any props today. So from our seated pose, just placing our hands next to our hips, raising our chest up towards the ceiling here, nice and high and proud, taking a deep breath in. And then slowly, as we exhale, starting to press ourselves up away from the mat, flexing our heels, shining the eyes of the elbow towards the front of our mat here. We're here for just about 5 breaths. Then again, also just activating the belly button into the spine. It's really bringing our belly button into our spine. About 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. Last breath. And go ahead and release. All right. Take that stretch 1 more time. So again, just placing our hands next to our hips here, and then tucking our elbows next to our side body, raising our chest high and proud, taking our deep breath in, and then slowly as we exhale, pressing ourselves up away from the mat, shining the eyes of the elbow towards the top of the mat, engaging our belly button towards our spine, and then maybe flexing our heels. We're here for about 4 more breaths. 2 more breaths. Go ahead and release. All right, good job, guys. All right. So from here, we'll go ahead and start to make our way down to our mats. Just making our way onto our backs here. And bringing our knees into our chests, giving ourselves a good squeeze. And then slowly starting to extend our left leg towards the top of our mat. And bringing our right knee into our chest, giving it a good squeeze. Deep breath in. And then using your left hand on the outside of your right knee, slowly sweeping your right knee towards your left side body. And then your right hand can come out to a T, gazing for your thumb. Deep breath in. And then slowly starting to bring your right knee back into your chest. Left knee comes into your chest. Bring yourself a good squeeze. And then extending your right leg towards the top of your mat. Left knee comes into your armpit or chest. And then using your right hand on the outside of your left knee, slowly placing your left knee towards your right side body. Left hand comes out to a T. Gazing for our thumb, if that's available for us. Deep breath in. And then slowly coming back to center, bringing our knees back into our chest. And then extending both legs up towards the ceiling. We're going to use our right leg to wrap across our left leg. And then using our left hand, we're going to grab for the outside of our right foot. Using our right hand, we're going to grab for the outside of our left foot. This is going to put our right knee closest to our chest. And then we're just going to start to bring our hips up towards our chest, giving ourselves a good squeeze. This is great for our digestive system, just opening our abdominals, getting things flowing. Deep breath in, and then slowly going ahead and release. We're going to reverse that stretch. So this time our left leg is going to cross over top of our right. Using our left hand, we're going to grab for the outside of our right foot. Using our right hand, we're going to grab for the outside of our left foot. This is putting our left knee closest to our chest. And then again, we're just slowly giving ourselves a good squeeze here. Really activating those abdominals, our digestive system, getting things flowing. Deep breath in, and slowly go ahead and release. Bringing your knees into your chest. Then slowly starting to extend the legs out in front of you. And taking one final stretch that may be calling your name before we have our final rest of the day, our Shavasana. So maybe if you would like, bringing the right knee into your hands here, or bringing your right foot into your thumb, using your peace fingers to grab your big toe, and then slowly starting to extend that right leg open. And slowly coming back to center, bringing our left leg up, using our peace fingers to grab our big toe, and then slowly starting to extend that left hip out. Or grabbing your shin or ankle, whatever's available to you. Deep breath in, slowly coming back to center. Then go ahead and release, setting yourself up for Shavasana, our final resting pose of the day. doing noticing if the breath is short, choppy, long, and light. It's just how we started practice an hour ago. Almost as if you're waking up for the first time today. Reaching your arms overhead, extending your legs out long, and slowly bringing your arms back down to your side, folding over to your right side, making a nice comfortable pillow with your arms for your head, and then slowly pressing yourself up to a seat. Bringing our hands to heart center and bowing our chin to our chest. And finally, bringing your thumbs to your third eye. I invite you all to continue finding space for your practice off of your mat, whether that just being an act of kindness or finding some solace in your own mind. Just looking for that space where you can continue to practice outside of your mat and honoring yourself. As we say in yoga, the light in me honors the light in you, or namaste. Thank you all for joining Rhythm and Flow, and I hope to see you all next week.